Hey everybody, how we doing? Welcome to the Master and Drum Whiskey Room on a Whiskey Wednesday night. Hope everyone is doing really well tonight. You got a pour ready. Have a really fun show tonight. Tonight I have a really good guest. This guy was a supporter of me from the extreme beginning of my early beginnings on the Master and Drum, and he is also. I was trying to get him on for my 1 year anniversary, since he was one of the, kind of the guys in the beginning that helped me out. So I'd like to welcome to the show, everybody. Say hi to Swami Suave.
Hello. I am Malted in Montreal. My name is Swami Suave. I am from the Belle Province de Quebec. I have, supported Jason since the beginning. I like helping people get into habits that spend a lot of money and there's no return in it.
Yes, yeah. And if there's anything about spending a lot of money, you did do that. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, Nick Foles is in the chat. He said 1915 is awesome. Oh, glad you like that blend, man. So let me say hi to some folks in the chat here. Oh, actually, it's up here. I got to get used to this new format because the chat is actually in front of me.
This is my first time on Stream Mallard or Stream Duck or whatever.
Stream Duck. Yeah, that's what I've been calling it. I've been calling it Stream Duck. Brandon Elliott, Trevor Wilson is here. John Wee Whiskey Sipper Watson, Steve A, always here. How you doing, man? Graham Young's in the house. Jimmy Jazz, Dark Meat Chicken. He's drinking some Natty Light and some ECBP 119.
Oh, Natty Light.
Natty Light.
I'm drinking some Dab, my friend. So.
We have, let's see, Tab A Keys in the house. Peter White, fellow Canadian. Cap and Make It Happen. How you doing, John? How do you Whiskey's here. Steven Sussman's in the house. Oak and Smoke Whiskey Reviews. What's up, Brent? Vegas Art's in the house. Brand new Patreon. Thanks for coming in, Vegas. Brian Brennicke's here. Let's see. Who else is here? Andrew Spurrell. Alex Julian. Alex Julian's from a buddy from the Bronx. Carl Ivy's here. Two Siblings Spirit Adventures here. Chris Utroska. Bourbon Junkies is here. What's up, fellers?
How you doing, Sean and Dan?
Whiskey Ace is here. How you doing, Whiskey Ace? Haven't seen you in a couple weeks. Greek Nasty's in the house. Dusty Dan. How you doing, buddy? And Frank Lampard. A lot of people coming in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Keith Daniels here as well. So,
a lot of people I know. Peter White, great guy. Biggest Arts, wonderful, wonderful human being. Who else is here? I know all these guys.
Yeah, Guarana Hernandez here. She's like, always wanted to know whether that bottle's worth 400, but we're going to find out. So it was kind of cool. Swami reached out, and he had some really cool bottles, and by chance, I had Rob from Whiskey in the Six was kind enough to give me kind of like a last pour from the Bruichladdich Black Art 6.1. So we're gonna dive into this. Will be the last pour tonight because this is it's a damn special bottle.
This is a fucking. Oh, am I allowed to curse on your channel? I don't know.
Yeah, you can curse, man.
And I want you to be monetized. This is a freaking wonderful bottle.
Yeah, I cannot wait to taste it. I've saved the last pour in here, which I haven't tried yet, and I was waiting for a good occasion. So when you said you had it and wanted to come on and drink it, then this is perfect.
I've had all, not all four. There's been 4 editions of this so far. There's been the 3.1, the 4.1, the 5.1, now the 6.1.
Yeah, 6.1, yeah.
I haven't tried the 3.1. I never had the pleasure. I've owned all others. This is still, it's weird because this one won't say on the bottle it's cask strength, but from every site I've gone on, it states it's cask strength.
Yeah.
It is the lowest of them. You have to also realize the longer that a whiskey stays in its barrel, the less ABV that ends up happening because of the angle share and all the rest of it. So it is at 46.9%, which was getting me skeptical if it was a cask strengther. But it is telling me everywhere I've looked that it's cask strength. So
okay, yeah. So yeah, 46.9. It's unchill filtered. No, it's coloring free. Unpeated, all the great stuff that Bruichladdich does. So, and then we were kind of talking about a couple of other bottles that we're gonna try out tonight for you guys. One of them being the Tamnavulin batch proof. So I happen to have batch 3 and Swami has batch 2, correct?
Where I have batch 2. 2 weeks ago, Rob and Jeremy, Rob is Whiskey in the Six, and Jeremy is Super Social Sippers Club, came down to Montreal. We all hung out, had a little bit of a YouTube event with Mike That's Crazy and Julian, who is my counterpart on Malted in Montreal. If you guys watch my channel, you'll know who Julien is. He is as expertise as it gets when it comes to whiskey. He knows everything that there is to need to know. Really good guy, great friend. Rob left me this bottle as a gift, and thank you very much, Rob. It is probably one of the best sherry Scotch. I've never tried a Tamdhu, and it was a great way to start with a Tamdhu because it is gorgeous.
Yeah, I can't wait to crack this open. Rob told me the same stuff about it. So we're also going to be getting into a really good rye and a really good bourbon tonight, guys. So let's show them have you had this rye yet, Swami?
I have had a little tiny bit. As you can see, I bought this bottle about 4 weeks ago.
Okay, so yeah, so this is kind of like my forever go-to rye right now. So we'll get into Pikesville a little bit for those of you out there who haven't tried it or want to kind of find out what that tastes like. And then also mixed in there, Swami got a sample from Jeremy at Sipper Social Club.
I'm really excited for this one.
This baby. It's the Colonel Taylor Barrel Proof.
Yeah, the Cunnilingus Taylor Barrel Proof.
So this was my bourbon of the year last year. I absolutely fell in love with that stuff.
My nipples are rock hard now. Just waiting to try that one.
So we're gonna get into all those awesome whiskeys tonight, guys. But first, like I like to do, I want to go through some of the news, the latest news that's out there, and some new whiskey releases. So I'm gonna share my screen right here. For the first story, which is Heaven Hill buys Black Velvet Canadian whiskey from Constellation Brands. When I was doing the research on this one, I did not know that Black Velvet is the second largest selling Canadian whiskey on earth, though it's very far behind the top seller, which is Crown Royal or Crown Royale, however you like to say it. Black Velvet will sit alongside other high volume products like Evan Williams, Burnett's Vodka, and Deep Eddy Vodka. Also, with the acquisition, they're also getting actually the distillery. So, as part of the deal, Heaven Hill will also scoop up the remaining portfolio of Canadian whiskey brands in the Constellation family. So, pretty big acquisition there. Next up, we have Seattle announced their Westland distillery, the Gariana 2019 edition 4-1. So this is back again, Westland, one of the best known American single malt whiskeys.
I've only had the pleasure of trying a sample of Westland. And
yeah, what'd you think?
It was the first. It was like 4 years ago when I tried it. It was a fan that sent me a sample. I thought it was really great.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't remember what it was, which bottling, but it was a sample. It was a long time ago. But those are bottles that we don't get very much in my neck of the woods. So.
Yeah, I don't see them ever in Ohio anywhere. The Westland stuff, but I can go to Kentucky or Indiana and grab those if I want. So this is part of their Native Oak series, which explores the use of Quercus gariana. This particular type of oak is like Westland themselves, native to the Pacific Northwest. This is first fill ex-rye and bourbon casks, though the main focus is the balance between the Gary Oak and the Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. This is bottled at 100 proof or 50% ABV. Suggested retail price of $150. Limited release. There's 3,750 of these for global distribution. There was only 1,600 about last year that released for the 2018 release. So it's nice that they're getting some more out there. All right, next story, Kentucky Owl. For those of you that are big fans of the rye, they're about to release their third batch. This is a 10-year. So they have the 11-year, which was batch 1, first hit the market in 2017. Now the Kentucky Owl 10-year, this is batch 3, is ready. So Dixon Dedman blends a variety of Kentucky straight rye whiskeys to create the final product. There's a lot of older juice apparently in this 3, but it's the 10-year-old stocks that really give it richer, thicker, syrupy mouthfeel, said Dixon Dedman. So this will hit the shelves in limited quantities this month in August. If you guys haven't seen one already, each bottle has a suggested retail price of $200, bottled at 57% ABV. Yeah, I mean, I like the age statement on it, so I'll take that. But yeah, $200. There's supposed to be some older stuff in there, so we'll see.
The hipsters will grab it up.
Yes, they will. And actually, this one I'm kind of excited for if I ever travel anywhere. Lagavulin 10-year travel retail bottle. So this is the only duty-free stores and airports across the UK have this peated single malt Scotch whiskey for sale. The brand plans to roll out more duty-free locations across Europe, North and South America, Middle East, and Asia by 2019. So Lagavulin 10 years aged in ex-bourbon, refill, and sherry charred, rejuvenated casks for 10 years.
Nice.
Bottled, yeah, very nice. Bottled at 43% ABV.
Come on.
Suggested retail price of about $60 United States dollars.
It only gave me a semi once you told me the ABV on it.
Yeah. Let's see here. And here we go. Two more releases that I'm really excited about because we're going to sip some Bruichladdich tonight. And guess what's coming back? We have the Isla so Bruichladdich is adding 2 new vintage releases to the core range. Now, I've seen these as special releases. I haven't had the pleasure of ever trying any of these, but these are joining the core range now because there's enough. They say there's enough stock that they have that they can do it and actually add it to the core range. So this is the Bruichladdich 2010 Bear Barley. It's made with an ancient strain. The organic is what you probably have guessed. It's distilled from organic barley. Both are going to be $100, 18,000 bottles of each available, 50% ABV, unpeated, non-chill filtered, no color, and it's supposed to be hitting stores this month.
Bruichladdich is the kings of making the best looking tins in the business. They really know how to do like kind of like a modern art style that's like not too how is this? Not too cringy, but like really well done. And they give so much information on all their canisters. They were the #1 reason why I fell in love with Scotch with the PC5. The first time I had PC5 was when I got hooked on Scotch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and Bruichladdich is probably one of the, I don't know, it had a real big effect on me when I first started trying them. Classic Laddie, the Isla Barley, and the Port Charlotte. I just love the range. I love the flavors. I love how fresh and bitey they are. I really like them. And last story of the night, if you guys are into Mic Drop bourbon whiskey, they're about to drop their 3rd release. Boutique importer PM Spirits has bottled the 3rd batch of its MGP source bourbon Mic Drop. This time, the whiskey is roughly 4 years old. There are 8,000 bottles available, and this will be the cheapest release at about $60. This is coming in at 56.1%. It's kind of a nice, change up, considering that usually the releases from Mic Drop are in the 200, 300. You see them for 400, 500 on secondary. So maybe a little bit more of an accessible one, but it's only 4 years old MGP. So I don't know if I would pay the money for that one, but that's up to you.
So what do you want to start off with, my friend? I'll let you pick. It's your channel.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of hard because everything is cast strength except for the pipe.
And all these flavors are kind of all over the place. You know what? Let's start with the Pikesville first.
All right. 50% on the Pikesville. I'm loving this rye because I'm not a big rye guy.
Yeah.
I like bourbon a lot. I'm not a big rye guy, and this kind of reminds me of just a really rye-forward bourbon. That's why I seem to like it. Yeah,
so this is a bourbon drinker's rye. So this is a barely rye, as they call it. But at 110 proof, I think it's about 6 years old, and it's just got unbelievable flavor. This, and it's $50, and there are a lot of different ryes out there, but this one to me has a really beautiful balance of just sweet. I mean, this can almost pass for a bourbon on the nose, right?
Slightly, but then I do get those copper notes.
Yeah.
And a little bit of that rye bread, but it does have that iced tea, like that powdered iced tea kind of note that I get off of bourbon. with the vanilla and like just an incredible amount of citrus that comes off of it too.
Here's a cool there's a cool suggestion, Steven. He said, I would love for you to do an age-stated blind flight with younger and older juice, just because I think many in all whiskey communities think there is a stigma that older is better. That's a really good idea. I will definitely take notes of that and see what I can do for you. That would be a cool blind flight to do.
I think you got a super chat at the beginning of the show. Did you shout them out?
I did. That's the thing with the StreamYard, the Stream Duck. You don't see.
Oak and Smoke gave you a.
Oh, there we go. Oak and Smoke. Thank you so much, man. $4.99. He said it's Whiskey Wednesday. Let's get it started. Thank you. That is Brent from the Oak and Smoke Whiskey Reviews. A new up and coming channel. Definitely go check those guys out. I had them on the live stream already. Love those guys. Thank you so much, Brent. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Brent.
Okay. So yeah, let's take a sip of this shit.
It's got more rye on the palate than it does on the nose for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's delicious though.
It's got a good bite to it. It's got a lot of caramel in there.
Really nice and viscous. Got a nice buttery kind of viscosity on the tongue.
It's so buttery. It's a very desserty type of rye. And it leaves that rye burn without being too overpowering. Mm-hmm. I really like it a lot.
Oh yeah.
So Swami, we were talking earlier. You have Julian that's on your channel as well. Mm-hmm. You guys have been doing some really cool reviews. Like I said, I really like the back and forth. He pulls out some incredible tasting notes along with you as well. Yeah, guys kind of complement each other really well.
What I like about Julian is that we don't agree at all on anything, and it works out great.
So I think you mentioned something before. What do you got coming up for reviews with Julian?
Oh, we got tons of stuff that's coming up. A lot of big bottles. Well, we've been doing crazy big bottles. My channel was never really known for big bottles, but then once we teamed up, we had a little more income, so we started getting some higher end stuff coming in. A lot of $200+ bottles that have been coming in. Still trying to maintain to keep that blue collar bottles there that are affordable for everybody.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So we're mixing in some luxury bottles for the more aficionado crowd that are willing to spend. So we're doing those as well. Coming up real soon, or a big one coming up is the 9.3 from Octomore. Should be coming up in the next couple of weeks. We got really, really shitty blended Japanese whiskey that we'll be doing. So those are always fun. I like doing shitty whiskeys every once in a while because you never know. They might surprise you.
Yeah, you never know, man.
All John Peated, an Indian whiskey coming up, and a few other things. So gonna keep watching the channel. For those of you guys who just like honest, straightforward reviews with a little bit of comedy in there, come check us out. Julian's a good kid. I've been doing this for close to 5 years now, and I love doing it. And Julian just adds some depth to the channel, a little more professionalism is what I'll say.
That's awesome, man. Guarana Hernandez says 2-year-old 291 barrel proof Colorado whiskey is best rye whiskey in 10 years. I haven't had the rye, but I will say I was very impressed with their bourbon. So I would have to, next time I go to Colorado, I'll see if I can check out that rye. Chris Atroska is asking, is Pikesville pretty easy to find? Yeah, for the most part. Pretty easy. I don't know where you live, Chris, but at least here in the States it is.
For all of you guys who are shouting out like whiskeys that you want me to review that are not in my neck of the woods, if you want, let me know. Send me a message. Check me out on Twitter, or you can check me out on Instagram. Send me a message, and if you want to send me a sample of something that's different that I can't get in Quebec, I'd be glad to review it for you guys. So.
Actually, Patrick brings up a good point. He said he's lost the banana bread note, and there is a banana bread note on here, especially when you first open it up. Mm-hmm. It's very desserty on the nose. I love it.
I find it's got a small hint. It's got some nice pepperiness to it, by the way. But it's got a small hint of what I can only describe, and it's just me. It might not be anybody else, but a little bit of a metallic note again. On the finish.
Yeah, I could see that. But
I'm loving this stuff. I'm really happy with the purchase. It's $80 here in Quebec. That's in Soviet Kazakhstanian money. But
Whiskey Ace said, thought you had 291 rye. No, not the rye. Whiskey Ace. I had the barrel proof bourbon. Yeah, man. This is probably my. Well, you know, it's kind of funny that you brought this bottle up because I'm working on a video right now, kind of my top 5 available go-to ryes, and this is definitely on the list. So
I was looking at this, and I was looking at the Knob Creek cast strength rye, and I was like, which one do I get? Which one do I get? And Knob Creek was about $15 more, and I went with this one instead. And,
wow, Knob Creek was $15 more than that?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Usually, like here, the Pikesville is usually more expensive than Knob Creek. So.
Oh, the Knob Creek cast strength rye?
Oh, the cast strength rye. I'm sorry. Yeah, that one's like $70 here.
All right, that's it.
Yeah. Apparently, they released the second batch of that cast strength rye. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently it's out there.
Well, that's what I think. It's that SAC. The SAC is the SAQ. It's our version of the LCBO.
Oh, okay. The SAC. Wow, that's terrible.
We always call it the SAC. It's called the SAQ, Société d'Alcool de Québec, but I just call it the SAC.
Please review the Cheap Rittenhouse. Yeah, don't worry. It's probably going to make the list, so you'll get a review of it. All right, man. I want you to try that E.H. Taylor. You ready?
Right now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We're going from that. The Tamdu is batch proof. The Bruichladdich is, well, Bruichladdich not that high, but I want to save that for the end.
I'm doing little sips of everything. I feel like beer tonight. It's so freaking humid.
Oh, I love this stuff.
Someone asked me how large my liver is. I have no idea.
How large is it?
I don't know. I'm not drunk enough yet to make witty remarks. 15 minutes.
D8 Silv says, bad idea. Got to do the 6.1 before the Tamdu. Yeah, all right. Maybe we'll do that.
So I've had the single barrel from E.H. Taylor, the percenter, the basic one that everyone gets. I thought it was good. In my review of it, I thought, though, comparison in price-wise, that I would go for a Baker's over E.H. Taylor. This one I'm going to try and compare it to, it's 64.85. I'm going to compare it between the Jack Daniels Barrel Proof and the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and try and see what I can get.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because those are my 2 top boys, so I want to see if this gets into the same league.
Whew, there's a lot of heat coming off this one right now.
This one's got a meaty odor to it.
Oh, yeah. It's meaty.
Yeah. Like I'm talking like actual meat.
Oh, like you smell literal meat?
I smell meat coming off.
Maybe you got to clean that glass out.
Maybe. I know I tend to eat a lot of meat out of my Glencairns.
So retail on this is about, I think it's about $100, $110, but you know, you can never find this. You got to be real lucky to kind of land one of these. Unfortunately, it's just a delicious bottle, delicious bourbon.
Nice. That's got a lot of rye forwardness to it, though, for a bourbon.
You took a sip already?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you get on the nose?
On the nose, it's got some sweetness to it. It's got a bit of a peppery note. That meat thing that I just smelled kind of went away. I think it's just because I just poured it. But
I always get apple cinnamon on the nose on this.
I do get some cinnamon spice off of there. Yeah. I don't get any apple.
I've always gotten like apple, like cooked apple pie, like a which is where those baking spices and some of that cinnamon come in.
Yeah, I get a cumin.
All right, I'm going for a taste.
I get a lot of spice.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have that regular vanilla-y kind of potpourri floral notes that I'm getting off of bourbons all the time. This one's really different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
It is. I mean, this is their mash bill one, so it's a low rye. There's not a lot of rye in it, but it finishes with a really like a peppery kick to it.
It tastes like a rye on the finish. It's got a lot of a white dog kind of note to it.
Yeah, it's very corn forward, but also super flavorful. I mean, it sticks to the palate like crazy. I love it. I'm looking at the chat here.
It says beards are flavor savers. That's where the meat smell is coming from, Swami. I did have a burger before the show.
Oh well, yeah, you probably got some grizzle in your stash.
I need to just have a nice chin strap like Jason, and we'll be good. I love you, you know that.
I know you're so jealous of my chin strap.
I know. I had one in 1996. It was quite awesome.
So did I. Still have it.
Yeah. I did it all for the nookie.
Oh man, see, when you keep going back to it though, it is just super. It just gets sweeter. Once your palate gets used to it, and you're gonna start. I'm telling you, you're gonna start picking up that apple, cinnamon.
Yeah, it's coming in more. I want to just let it kind of air out a bit. It's a cast strengthener, so it's a big dog.
I want to give a shout out to Arthur Lopez. Comes in with a super chat. He writes, new to the channel. I enjoy your content very much. I'm journeying whiskeys now, and I'm currently on bourbons. Next is back to Isla's. I'm hoping to try some Octomore. Thank you for the content. Arthur Lopez, thank you for the support. Really glad you're enjoying the content. And yeah, hope I could keep bringing you some more good stuff. So thank you so much for the super chat. Very generous of you. Cheers to you, Arthur.
I find, just really quick, want to say that I find that the Pikesville is more bourbony than I find the E.H. Taylor. I find the E.H. Taylor more rye forward than the rye.
Hey, Richie Z's in the house. How you doing, Richie? Jason Coates, my doppelganger. He said he's been listening on the road. He's finally home. He says, "What's up, Swami?"
What's up, Jason? Which who's saying what's up?
Jason Coates.
Jason Coates. How you doing, Jason?
Yep.
Jason's a good guy. He's been on my channel for a long time. I like this E.H. Taylor barrel proof, but I'm going to be honest. I still, right now, am more of a fan of that Jack Daniel's barrel proof. It knocked off my. A lot of people are mad at me for saying this, but it knocked off Elijah Craig barrel proof for me. As my
really, the Jack Daniels did, huh?
Yeah. I love it.
That's Jack Daniels is one of my favorite barrel proof whiskeys to go to. I think it's delicious. I love it.
It's $60. How do you go wrong with that? It's
and you could always find it.
Yeah, it's so good. That E.H. Taylor, the Elijah Craig has jumped up to $150 in Canada. The barrel proof. So
yeah. I mean, if anyone out there gets their hands on a Colonel Taylor barrel proof, definitely you got to let it open up, because in the beginning it just comes in real hot. Once it gets some air in it, all these different flavors start kind of developing, and it gets just to a really beautiful bourbon.
Cheers to Jason and Swami. $5 from Dan the Trout, Dusty Dan.
Dusty Dan, $5. Thank you so much, Dusty Dan. Appreciate it. I've been calling out Dusty for a little while. Definitely go check out Dusty Dan's whiskey reviews. He's putting out some better and better videos as of late. So if you guys haven't yet, go check out my buddy Dusty. Thanks so much. What's that?
He's brand new to it. Well, he's been around forever in the comments. See, he's a perfect example of the evolution of the whiskey commenter. Starts off in the comments like yourself and like myself, ends up building up a bit of a collection, and then starts a channel.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a whiskey collection to do so, and he's been super generous on my channel. Scott from my bourbon journey, he was on with the dummies not too long ago. He does an amazing job, and he knows his stuff, so definitely go check him out.
Yeah.
DH Silv, my bottle is from last year. I don't have the 2019 yet. I don't know which one yours is.
I don't know. Jeremy Super Sucker Sipper Social Club gave me this one.
What's the proof on it again?
It's 64.85.
All right, that might be last year. I'm not sure. I think we're having the same one.
I'm very happy because again, these are all bottles that are rarities in my neck of the woods, and when they come in, they're usually lottery bottles, so it's hard to get. So again, thank you very much, Jeremy, for the sample. It's always good. I really want to try to get into more obscure and higher end bourbons. It's really hard with the selection that we get in my province. So.
It is. It's I could probably send you some stuff too. There's a lot of I did this week. I released my video for Old Forester with the Whiskey Row series. And I got a lot of comments that stuff's not even in Canada.
Well, I'm going to be doing an Old Forester with Mike. That's crazy. Very soon. He just needs time to come in. He's got a bottle of an Old Forester.
Okay.
I don't remember which one it was, but he's supposed to drop in, and we can do a review of that one very shortly.
Yeah. Let's see here. Andrew Spurrell, can you even buy Elijah Craig barrel proof in Canada? I've never seen it in Alberta.
You can buy it in Alberta, and it sells in Ontario. It doesn't sell in Quebec. We used to have tons of Elijah Craig, like in Quebec. There's so much of it. But then all of a sudden, we had Willet. We had insane amounts of Willet around here. We had all the Eagle Rare. We had everything. And then all of a sudden, the bourbon market exploded, and it's like stuff didn't sell out. They took everything off the shelf. It's what it looked like, and they were sending it to other places.
Yeah,
it's like it got rebought, repackaged, so that they could sell it at a higher price somewhere else.
Oh, that's interesting. Really cool question here. Roscoe P. Coltrane. That is one of the best screen names ever. If you're a Dukes of Hazzard fan, enjoying Russell's 10-year, thinking about trying Monkey Shoulder Scotch. Never really tried Scotch. Is this a good starter Scotch?
No.
What do you think, Swami?
Stay away from Monkey Shoulder. If you're Canadian, if you're American, it's $30. Sure, shoot your load on that, no problem. But for me, that Monkey Shoulder is a waste of time. It's not that great. I have a bottle of it. It's been I've had it for 4 years. I can't sell that shit.
All right, before we get into your recommendations here, I want to shout out the Bourbon Junkies. Dan and Sean, love you guys. $5. Cheers, man. Always enjoy listening to these. Cheers to you fellas. Love you guys. Great channel. If you guys haven't checked out Bourbon Junkies yet, you're missing some amazing comedy and shenanigans and awesome talk about whiskey. So go check them out.
Some beautiful homoerotic comedy.
Yeah, I'm sure they just had couples therapy tonight, so I hope everything's going okay.
I love Dan and Sean.
I love those guys, yeah. All right, so back to this question. What would be give them 2 starter scotches? I have 2 in mind that I think I would recommend.
Starter scotches for me, honestly, 2 that I would recommend immediately for people that are coming in. Usually when you're coming in, you want something sweet because you don't want to be scared off the scotch. So I would state Glendronach 12-year-old is a beautiful, the perfect starter scotch for me to go in.
All right, well, you read my mind. That was one of them that I was going to recommend.
Highland Park 12-year-old as well. So you can get a little bit of that peatness coming through, which is nice. Another gorgeous starter scotch for me would be a Springbank 10-year-old, which would be wonderful to get into. It's a little pricey, but it's worth the ride just so you can get something a little different. To me, those would be great starter scotches.
My other recommendation, if you're coming off of bourbon, I would have 2 recommendations. One is the Glenfiddich 14. Just because it's aged exclusively in ex-bourbon barrels. So there's a lot of similarities there that can kind of ease you into Scotch a little bit. And the other one that I love that really kind of turned me on to different Scotches is a blend, which is the Compass Box Spice Tree.
That is a good one. That is, I would agree. That Spice Tree is good, but it's a little pricey, though, for a beginner Scotch.
It is pricey, but, I mean, I can get it for $60 here in Ohio, and that's not much more expensive than the Glendronach 12, at least in my neck of the woods. So, let's see. Hey, Jim from the Bourbon Road is in the house. How you doing, Jim? Jim Shannon's in the house. Thanks for coming in. I saw somebody else come in here. OG Brick 420. What's up? Thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, Steve A. Oh, Steve A. Did he have a? Let's see. I'm like, oh, the Balvenie. Yeah, Balvenie's actually a good starter Scotch too.
I got Dan Trout asking me. Sorry, do I need to call him Dusty? I just know him as Dan Trout for 8 years. So.
You can call him Dan Trout. Yeah.
Danny, I have a blind tasting coming up on my channel. It is coming up probably in 3 weeks. You'll see this right here. It's a Japanese whiskey, and it was completely 100% blind. It was a bottle kill that Jillian brought over for fun, and I think you guys will love that review. It was actually pretty hilarious. So stay tuned.
Dark Meat Chicken is calling out Bunnahabhain 12, which I think is a really good one. That's the Scotch that kind of blew my mind and really Like, you know, I know it's very slightly peated, but like barely. I don't even taste it anymore because I'm so used to peat now. But the mix, I love scotches that have a mix of bourbon and sherry casks. I just like the mingling of flavors.
If you want that, you should try out the, and it's not expensive, and it's an 18-year-old. Probably, I don't want to say it yet because my picks of 2019 are like 3 months away.
Yeah.
But so far, it's one of my picks of the year. It's the Anok 18-year-old. Just beautifully, beautifully done. A wonderful mix of sherry and scotch, sherry barrels, European oak, and American bourbon barrels. Just really well done.
Moose 76 is in the house. How you doing, Moose? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I just think, you know, even for bourbon drinkers coming into scotch, there's like so many different things you could try. But DH Silv, he called out the Glenmorangie sample pack, which is a great way to start. I think you got the
Costanza, you got
the Santa, the Nectar Dior, the Quinta Ruben.
The Nectar Dior. Nectar D'Or.
What? It's a D and an or. It's a Nectar Dior.
D'Or. It's French. Because it's so termcast. Sorry. I'm not a guy that knows how to speak French. All right. So I love it's okay. I can't pronounce shit like Amberlauer. I always say Amberlauer, and everyone. I don't know why there's no M in the title, but I say Amberlauer every fucking time. And everyone's like, shut up, it's Amberlauer.
All right, man, you ready to go into the everyone's saying to go to the Bruichladdich first before the Tamdu. So you ready to go in?
Yeah. Can I be honest about something?
Yeah, go.
That Pikesville is incredible. It beats the Cunnilingus Taylor for me.
It beats the what?
The H. Taylor cast strength. I prefer this Pikesville.
Oh, really? Okay.
I keep on going to the Pikesville. That's how I know I like something better if I keep going back to it.
You keep going back to it. Yeah, very nice.
All right, Tamdu time. No, we're gonna do the Bruichladdich first because the Tamdu is a really high.
Yeah.
It's incredibly sherry.
Want a big shout out to Tab A Key, $4.99 from Tab. Haven't had any rye in a while. Rye options to open tonight: Redemption, Michter's, or Pikesville. Out of those three, I would definitely pop open the Pikesville. Even though I do like the Michter's a lot, definitely crack open the Pikesville, man. Join us.
Yep. So just really quick, I want to say about this Black Arts right here. It's good for two reasons. First, it's delicious whiskey. Second of all, it keeps werewolves away. So.
All right, I'm going to pour. I don't even know how much is left in here, but let's see.
I'm going to pour a nice.
Oh, there's a good amount in here.
Robbie is a generous man, and Rob was in the chat earlier. I want to give a big shout out to Rob Whiskey the Six for all.
I didn't catch him.
He came in, said hello. I don't know if he's still listening. He's got kids. They're probably jumping on his face right now. I don't know.
If you're still listening, Rob, cheers. Thank you so much for sharing this Bruichladdich. Look at this. I got a nice big pour of this stuff.
Well, I got to keep some of it because I got to do a review of it soon. So
yeah.
My God, that's heaven right there. I love all you guys with your bourbons and ryes, but I'm a Scotch guy. I'm always going to be a Scotch guy.
ADH Fishing's in the house. What's up, buddy? ADH Fishing, ADHC Fishing is pretty much one of the best commenters in YouTubeism.
Yeah, he's subscribed to my channel. I've seen him. Good guy.
Oh my God, the nose on this.
I'm clearing the palate with some of this beautiful watery dab. Germany's finest spring water right here.
In a Stein.
Yeah, sure. Hey, good boat.
Roscoe P. Coltrane, thanks for the recommendation. Anytime, man. That's what we're here for. Oh, my God.
A lot of dates, a lot of prune, plum.
So that was the first. Raisins and dates is the first thing I picked up.
I think when we first tasted this one at my tasting, we were all guessing because it's a mystery, by the way. This beautiful, one of the reasons why they call it the Black Arts. It's supposed to be magical because it's just a mix of, you don't know what.
You don't know what the casks are. It's just it's a mystery.
Yeah. Adam Hannett, who is the master distiller, now that Jim McEwen is retired, has taken over the mantle. This is his second coming. The 5.1 got a lot of not hate, I would say, but disappointment. This one's getting a lot better reviews. I enjoyed the 5.1. I bought the bottle. I thought it was excellent. This one, I think, has a little more, I'm guessing, some port cask in there. It's got really dark, rich notes. So I'm just guessing there's a lot of Portuguese port cask going on in this.
Yeah, there's some serious dark fruits going on. I feel like there's some ex-bourbon influence in here too, maybe a first fill. There's an intense like chocolate note I'm getting on here, which is delicious.
It's beautiful. A tiny hint of sulfur in the background.
I'm getting like you ever have like a fig Newton or an apple Newton?
That tells me there's some PX in there.
Yeah, I'm getting like that bready from the barley, but mixed with like fig and raisin, date.
It's a melange of heaven.
It really is. I could smell that all day. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just melts on the palate.
All right, I'm going
to those almonds. I get those almonds on the palate. Some incredible butteriness, some cashews. That tells me that there's got to be at least a good portion of first fill Oloroso sherry casking in here.
That is a ton of nuttiness. Absolutely. That's a mixed bag of like chocolate covered, cashews, almonds. There's like the slightest hint of smoke, but I know it's unpeated, but it's not like a peat smoke. It
could be that the still that they use might have been used for a peated whiskey beforehand, but that would mean that it would have to have been done at Port Charlotte's.
Yeah. So just for the stats again, guys, on this is a 26-year-old. So this was, it's 46.9% ABV. 18,000 bottles were created for this. So 26 years old.
Captain McCall making it happen says, getting nice light apricot on the 5.1. I agree. That 5.1 was really good. I know a lot of people like kind of push to the side. I think it's because a lot of Bernie Bros. You know what a Bernie Bro is? Like everyone loves Bernie Sanders. There's like a Jim McEwen bro thing going on. So I got over from Jim McEwen, and everyone just wanted to hate anything Adam Hannett made. And I think that's kind of unfair. Let the guy do his thing. I think he's a much better master distiller than Rachel Berry ever will be. So, I think
this is like pure like strawberry jam, raspberry jam, or like a fig jam.
Oh, yeah.
A sweet fig jam with like roasted nuts like dusted on top.
And it's got that dusky old note to the nose as well.
Oh yeah. There's some barrel funk going on in here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting it on the palate too a little bit, but it's not off-putting.
Not at all. That's beautiful. I could drink this all day. I'm going to be sad when that bottle is ended because the only problem is I only get to buy one of those because they're really not cheap.
Man.
That is a luxury bottle right there. That one runs you normally, even in the States, I think it runs you near $300.
I've seen it for $400.
All right. Yeah. And I got it at a good price. I don't want to mention where. Again, I don't like mentioning where I buy my bottles, but I got it at about $280. So I was pretty happy with the price.
Here's a comment for you, Swam.
But Mashup actually just unsubscribed from Swami's channel. Never trust a gentleman who wears his hat at an angle less than 6 degrees in either direction. I wouldn't trust me either.
Never trust a man.
No hard feelings.
It's all good, man.
Hey, Mikey, that's crazy, who is a member of Malted in Montreal's nation.
Hey, that's crazy.
He's done a couple of reviews on my channel, and he does a lot of live shows with me.
Yeah, he just left a cool comment on my videos today, so it's cool to see him in the chat.
Mikey can bench press 3,000 pounds.
3,000.
Yep.
Does he turn green and turn into the Hulk?
But he can't reach the top of my table.
He sounds like he has my build.
Midget.
Oh man, that is ridiculously good.
What am I vaping? I'm vaping a substance that's not legal everywhere in the States. I'm just kidding. It's a cigar flavored vape juice. I know it's douchey, but it's the only thing that stops you from smoking cigarettes, all right?
Hey, if it helps you from stopping cigarettes, then it's a good thing.
That's it.
Oh, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. It's fine. I wasn't saying anything bad. It's all good.
He's Canadian. He's got to apologize. It's in our Constitution. Must apologize anytime you offend an American. Sorry.
Oh my God. I could just keep sipping that all day. You know what? You don't need a lot. You can take a little sip, and it just explodes on your palate. I mean, I only have a little bit. I might save some for the review, but I already started drinking it, so it's kind of gross.
Brandon calls me Swami.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that aside, and I'm going to probably finish sipping on that tonight.
That's beautiful. Yeah, if you let it sit out for like a good hour,
yeah,
which you should because it's 26 years of age, that stuff is going to open up to a magical bouquet.
Well, this was already like at the bottom of the bottle, so it had a good amount of air in it.
Am I the only one guilty of this? Because all you reviewers out there, once you've done all your reviews, because people want to see you pour the juice into the glass. But like you don't really get the full volume of what your whiskey does. And then after you've done your review, that glass, if you didn't wash it the night before, you go back in the morning and you pick it up and you're just like, oh my God. And then you really smell how good it is. Just like,
no, it's true. I mean, I never do any reviews now without opening the bottle and spending time with it for a couple days.
Yeah. But your actual review, though, you'll still pour it into the glass during your review. Yeah,
I do pour it, but then what I actually do is before I start the review, I let the glass sit for about 5-10 minutes, and then I do the review.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're not lazy like me.
It's it's the beauty of editing.
Yeah.
So Bruichladdich, 26 age years. If you guys have $400 laying around, then holy shit, this is good.
And it's just a beautiful bottle. The only problem with it, you know what I would love? And it's not that hard of a thing. I've seen them do it on other bottles and stuff. You see it like done on put like a clear strip down the side so you can see where you are on your bottle.
Yeah, they do it. They do it on the others. I'm not sure why they don't. I guess they really try to keep it hidden and secret.
Yeah, it'd just be fun so you know how much is left in your bottle. Because I think I'm a little over half a bottle left, but I'm not sure, and it scares me.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm gonna cleanse my palate. We're gonna move on to the Tamdu, right?
Yeah. Let me finish this one up though.
All right.
This goes out to Jason. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, of course, man. Cheers. I appreciate it.
I'm very happy for your success on your channel. It keeps on growing. You have incredible skills technologically, and as well as you are very knowledgeable on your whiskey product. So I am glad to support you, buddy. Cheers.
Thank you, man. I'm happy for support from the beginning. Thank you so much, and looking forward to more of your content, man.
Thank you.
Woo, that is good.
Delicious.
That is so freaking good.
That's a dessert scotch.
I got a question for you, man. Here we go.
Malted Montreal, what is your favorite bourbon? I literally just told Jason, well, it's not a bourbon, it's Tennessee whiskey. But it's a Jack Daniel's barrel proof. As of now, it could change in a month. You never know. But right now, that's my favorite.
Well, if we're
going to talk just go-to that I have around all the time, it's the Four Roses single barrel.
Four Roses single barrel is kind of your favorite bourbon, and then your Tennessee whiskey is that Jack Daniel's. Okay.
And the Elijah Craig barrel proof is delicious, but its price range has kind of gotten out of hand for me.
What's up, Mikey from Whiskey Shenanigans in the house? How you doing, Mike? Mike. All
Mike,
right.
also known as the 5th Scotch for Dummies. I know they don't like me saying that, but he's the 5th Scotch for Dummies.
He is the 5th.
He is the. I don't care if they kick them off the channel. Mikey, you're the 5th Scotch for Dummies. Own it.
Yeah, he was Bourbon Shenanigans, and then he changed his name to the artist formerly known as Bourbon Shenanigans, became Whiskey Shenanigans, because he now has a distinct and undying love for Ball Blair Scotch. So
I love Mikey. We've been friends for a long time. Good guy.
All right, so I actually think he's a big fan of this Scotch too. So we're going to be diving into the Tamdavulin batch proof.
Yeah, can I just really quickly give a shout out to Robbie again?
Yeah.
Generous donation from Rob Whiskey and the Six to me. So thank you, Robbie. A full bottle of Tamdavulin batch 2. The man.
The myth, the legend.
Yep. Best.
And I've been kind of staring at this bottle at the store the last few weeks. And again, when you said, "Hey, I have the Tamdavulin batch strain," I'm like, okay, I have a reason to go buy it now. So I just picked this up today.
Well, I've been going through when pregnant, when women are pregnant, they go through this phase where they need to have strange foods and whatever, and they have a hankering. I've never been a sherry guy, but the last 3 months I've been on an intense sherry kick. I went and bought the Glen Goy. I'm sorry, the cast strength is starting to get to my head. The Glen Goy 15-year-old. I went and got the Black Arts. I went and got a bunch of just sherried whiskeys. And I'm just dying for sherry right now. I don't know what it is. And this thing right here is the kicker of all kickers. It is just full on sherry, and it's a from what I've read, it's about 70% first fill sherry European cask, and then it's second fill sherry cask. There's zero American oak in here. It's all European oak.
Yeah,
all sherry oak.
All European sherry oak. It's unchill filtered. There's no color added. So you have batch 2, which came in at 58.5 ABV. Mm-hmm. I have batch 3, which comes in at 58.3. Mm-hmm. So it's 2 points, 2.2 tenths of a point lower.
It is sherry to the max.
Oh my God.
That will kick any Macallan or any Glendronach or any Glenfarclas. It's in the same league.
Now this is an NAS, so I'm curious just from your, let me sip it first because I'm curious of what you think the age on this is. Because look at the color on this. So this is uncolored, and look how dark that is.
Oh, there's an 18-year-old in there easily.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I've heard people think that there's some pretty youthful whiskey in here, but maybe it's not a single cask. Maybe it's blended in there.
I taste some older whiskey in that easily. Have you had a 12-year-old sherry Scotch?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All
right, taste that and tell me if that has any of the, unless it's being matured in Taiwan where the heat levels are insanely high. I know, of course, it's an OA champion, so there's going to be some young whiskey in here. For sure. But I think it's got a lot of older whiskey in the makeup.
This smells older. I mean, this has an intent. Again, you're getting the raisin, the dark fruits, a little bit of a chocolate note.
Mm-hmm. Sherry whiskey can't lie to you.
Man.
Peat can. You can do young peats easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sherry whiskeys are disgusting when they're young. They do not get good till at least 12 years of age. All right, I've never had a good sherried whiskey, Scotch whiskey. I know there are some Taiwanese whiskeys and some Hindu whiskeys and things like that in a warmer climate that can be made well. Scottish whiskey, I've never tasted a good young sherried whiskey in my life. And if you guys know one, please let me know because I've never seen one that's any good.
That is, man. See, this is a different type of flavor. Both of them. The Bruichladdich, the makers, the Black Art, that thing is a flavor bomb, but it's so rounded and so complex. Mm. But this Tamdavulin is an absolute freight train of flavor.
Yeah.
This thing just explodes on the palate with fruits. There's a little bit of a nutty characteristic to it.
Have you had Edredauer yet?
No.
Okay. This reminds me a lot in the same range as an Edredauer. And if you've had the single barrel Edredauer, they come in a small little, it looks like a mini crate. And they're a small 500 sill bottle.
I want to say hi to modernthirst.com. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. Cheers. Thanks for watching the live stream. How do you whiskey? The Bardstown Fusion and Discovery hit the Chicago market today. What are some opinions on it before I buy? I can tell you that the Fusion is probably one of my favorite releases this year. It's an absolute delicious blend. It's got everything you're looking for, great proof point, good finish, really beautiful balanced flavors. The Discovery, that's a high proofer. That's one of those ones that you got to give it a little bit of time. It definitely, if you like a higher proof type of experience, a little bit older whiskey in there, there's some Wild Turkey mixed in there. That one is a really great bourbon too. I think the Fusion is kind of good for an all-around bourbon experience and some high-quality stuff in there. The Discovery, though, is kind of an animal when it comes into the palate. It's older. It's a higher proof. You got to give it some time. A couple drops of water really does it a good service to it as well. So it really kind of depends what you like. If you're kind of a proof monster, you like a lot of good proof, then go Discovery. If you want something really well balanced, delicious, good on the palate, great finish, then go Fusion.
Thank you for the advice.
Yeah, no problem. Let's see here. Okay. I got to go back to this Tamdu because it's absolutely amazing on the nose. And I could smell this. Like, this is, the nose is opening up here as I let it get some air.
It's got a beautiful sweet note to it as well. If you're not a fan of sulfur and you're what would be the word? Sulfur avergent? I don't know. There's like a word for it. When you don't like something, it's just like an A. I can't remember. But if you're not a big fan of sulfur, then you might not like this because it does have quite a kick of sulfur in the background, I find. Sulfur doesn't bother me, but some people it does.
All that. Oh, wow. I just got a really huge burst of caramel in there.
Yeah, it's got a very sweet note to it, which makes me think there's got to be a little bit of Pedro Jimenez in there.
Yeah.
But I do get more of an Oloroso and more of a Fino kind of taste to it than I do.
So Oloroso will give a Scotch kind of a more
dry,
nutty kind of characteristic, while the PX will give it more sweet. Is that kind of how it goes?
Pedro Jimenez is going to give it more in the range of golden raisins, dates, kind of nose taste to it. Whereas the Oloroso is going to give you a lot more of the nuttiness, the coffee notes, the chocolate that's going to come through, the dark chocolate. On the mouthfeel as well, you're going to get less sugar, more of a dry-ish kind of taste to it. Same thing goes for the Fino. The Pedro Jimenez is what's going to give you that sweetness. Like, Pedro Jimenez is so sweet that people in Spain are known to pour that on their ice cream. It's almost like a syrup. Like, it's incredibly sweet.
Whiskey Shenanigans is asking, what Tamdu are you guys drinking again? He has batch 2. I have batch 3. Roscoe P. Coltrane also, he wants to, I just got a bottle of Williams, a Weller Special Reserve. Haven't found a bottle 107 yet. Very hard to find. You wouldn't figure it would be that hard to find since I live in Kentucky. Roscoe P. Coltrane, if you have a car, just drive up to Ohio because there's Weller Antique in a lot of places. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Talking about starter scotches, by the way, that are decently priced and amazing to start off with. If you guys want to go into a range of scotch that is decently priced, cask strength, wonderful, incredibly sherried. All right. I just saw Dram Dude mention what he's drinking. You guys can go check out the 105 from Glenfarclas. It's usually between the prices of $70 to about $80, and it's a wonderful, wonderful scotch, and it's incredibly sherry, and it's also cask strength. It used to be 10-year-old bottling. Now it's no age statement, but still beautiful. Dram Dude's drinking the 25-year-old, which is a great scotch. I reviewed it on my channel. Really wonderful stuff.
I have the Glenfarclas 12, which I actually enjoyed. Thought it was really good. I would definitely like to try some of the older variations of that, but yeah, really good stuff.
The 105?
What's that?
You had a chance to try the 105?
I did. I got a sample of it, and I thought it was great. Really delicious. I think I like the Tamdu a tad better, though.
You know, the Tamdu is a little more expensive and pricier, though. The Tamdu is going to run you about $150, where that 105 in Canada is going to run you $80. I don't know what's going to run you in the States, but
see, the Tamdu here, I got this for $80.
80 would be about 110 Canadian.
Yeah. Okay.
Good to go.
That makes sense.
I've only seen this for 150 in Canada, including Alberta in the West and Ontario.
Let me see here. DH Hill says Glenfarclas 105 is 98.99 here in Kentucky. The Tamdu is 80. Yep, it's about right.
Goes about what region. Some regions will be less expensive than other regions. I can't tell you why.
Yeah.
I get it for $80 Canadian.
So as I keep sipping this and as it keeps opening up, it's getting sweeter and sweeter, and now I think that mix of all those sherry casks, there's a beautiful kind of mix of the nuttiness, sweetness, fruit. There's and there's a little bit like the Bruichladdich, but different. There's a little bit of a chocolate characteristic too.
Well, the Bruichladdich got a lot more of that vanilla and that citrus coming through because there's probably some bourbon aged barrels in there.
And I think you're right with the Black Art. I think there's a lot of port influence in there. It is so fruit heavy. I mean, there's some deep, rich fruits in there. I would guess port as well.
Whereas this is strictly sherry. This is what you would call a sherry bomb, like 100%.
So if you were to compare this to the Abelard Abernad, which one would you prefer?
I prefer this. And I'm not a fan of Abelard.
Okay.
I rarely buy Abelard. I think their 16-year-old is meh. Their 18-year-old didn't impress me at all. The Abernad, I've had a few of their bottlings, which were good. Again, I prefer the Glenfarclas 105 over the Abernad, and it's less expensive.
The Abernad I've heard is a little bit kind of like a little bit like this bottle, the Stag Junior, where you get a lot of the batches taste very different, and some of them are better than others.
Yeah, there's a lot of variation between batches. I've just never been a fan of Abelard as a distillery. That's the reason why I've only done one review of Abelard on my channel. You'll notice what I like and what I don't like just by seeing what I review, because I don't review whiskeys unless I drink them. That's why there's very rare times where I completely dislike a whiskey, because I don't purchase whiskey for reviews. I purchase whiskey to drink it because I'm a drinker, not a collector.
There's an amazing bottle. Has it hit Canada yet? It's called Jep the Creed. You have that one yet?
Which one?
Jep the Creed?
Nope.
I'm only messing with you. It's terrible.
Okay, what did you say? Jet the Creed.
Yeah. It's I joke around about it on my channel because I tried it live once. It's a brand new distillery that I went to, and their new make was actually tasted really good. And then they aged their stuff. I think it's about 2 years old, and it just came out so god awful. I just couldn't take it anymore. So anytime, like if I do something wrong on the channel, like sometimes we do quiz shows with the Bourbon Junkies and I Whiskey She Wines, and if I get a question wrong, I have to drink that stuff. So it's my viewers know very well about the Jep the Creed.
For some of you guys that have been around a long time, that reminds me a lot of me doing. I used to do a lot of lives. Me, Bubba, and the Beard used to do a lot of hangouts. I don't know if some of you guys remember Bubba and the Beard. It was a Chinese drink that we used to have to do on air. We'd say "Kampai." I forget what it was called. It was a really nasty, like rice-made Chinese. I guess you'd call it a white dog because there was no color to it. It was white. I forget what it was called, but we used to drink that every time. So that's from what you're telling me, that's what it kind of reminds you of. And it was like 100 proof, and it was the most disgusting shit on earth.
Everyone has that bottle. I think that they just hits them completely the wrong way.
But it's like super expensive because it's like the Chinese version of like a single malt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 10:05. Let's have one last pour, man, to finish off the night. Why don't you have your Jack Daniels near you?
Man, you're getting me wasted tonight.
Come on, man. Come on, man up.
Gently later.
Come on, get the meat out of your beard and pour it. This is what I'm gonna pour right now because I just got a bottle of this and I love it.
You know what? This is the airport exclusive Jack Daniels. I finished my barrel proofer. So this one's balled at a 50% ABV. I'm loving this stuff. Really well done. Why are you giggling?
This comment. Dark Meat Chicken won a sample of Cornerstone on my channel, and he's glad I didn't mix it up with the Jeff the Creed.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to do the Jack Daniels. I'm not gonna lie. I've been drinking Scotch. I want to continue on Scotch. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, we'll get a last pour.
Add me a little bit of this bad boy right here. All right. Showed it to you earlier. Right.
What is that one? Oh, the Glengoyne 18. Okay, I'm 1 year behind you. I got the Old Putney 17.
All right. I love that Old Putney 17. I reviewed that 2 years ago.
I'm a huge fan of this. It's ex bourbon and ex sherry mixed together, which is one of my favorite. I love that type of aging. You know, I'll leave the bottle out here.
Oh, it's really well done. Have you had a chance to try the wonderful 21-year-old?
20. Have I had the 21? No, I have not.
21-year-old is king of all kings, and if you have a chance to get it, grab it because they stopped production on it. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean this one isn't available anymore either, and they have about 5 more in the store near me. So I'm probably gonna buy a couple more of these.
That 21-year-old is magical. That 17-year-old is beautiful. The 12-year-old was one of my first scotches, actually, back way back in 2009.
Yeah, if anyone's in the chat is looking for an OP17, my Kroger near me has 5 more of these. So they're $119. So if you want one, I could maybe help you out because I know these are a bit hard to find and people love the 17-year-old. So
I'm going to comment really quickly down the chat. If any of you beautiful people want to subscribe to my channel, come by, say hello.
Carl Ivy, I'm bringing OP21 to Austin October. Yes, I'm in.
I don't sell any coins though, so you might be disappointed.
So Swami doesn't sell coins.
You
just wrote hi.
I don't have anything against you guys that sell coins. It's
yeah, but man, I like your hoodies, man. That hoodie's nice.
You get to hang out in your hood, sell your weed, no one bugs you. You just be like, "What's up?" No, but I don't do the coins because I'm just too lazy to mail out shit, and I don't know how you guys do that.
Yeah, the mailings work, but you know, you just kind of sit down and you just do it. So
I'm lazy. I don't want it.
All right, I'm gonna ask 2 questions. I'm gonna give away 2 samples tonight, like I always do. Before we wrap it up, I love giving out samples to you guys. As far as the choices, I'm not sure yet. I have a bunch of new stuff I just got if you guys want to try, but I'll write your names down and we'll go from there. Let me see. Get some questions. All right, guys. So first one in the chat. To answer this question. So if you guys, hopefully you're paying attention to the news because the questions are going to be about the news. First one in the chat to answer the question right, I will send you a sample of something. I'll get with you on email or Instagram or Twitter, and you guys can make your choice from there. I'll give you some stuff that if you want to try. I'll throw in the Old Putney 17 as a choice, the Tamdu if you want to try it. I just got the new Balcones French Oak. I mean, that's a great choice if you guys want to try that one. So you guys know I like to share my whiskey, so here we go. So this question or this news story kind of pissed off Swami. What is the ABV of the new 10-year Lagavulin retail bottle?
I get pissed off all the time. I'm half Jewish, half Italian. I'm just full of rage.
Whoa. It's flying.
All right. Can I announce the winner?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So I think it's Captain Make It Happen.
No, he's not right. Nope.
So no one's right yet.
No, I think didn't Trevor Wilson get it?
He's way up. Hold up. Trevor Wilson 40. No, it's not 40%.
No, he wrote 43.
No, that was Captain Make It Happen. He wrote 43.1.
Yeah, but I don't think it's 0.1.
You sure? Okay. Trevor Wilson wrote. Okay, he wrote it twice.
Yeah, he wrote 43. Okay, so I mean, Captain Make It Happen. I don't know what made you do 0.1, but it's not 0.1. It's 43. At least from my information here. If it's actually 43.1,
Let me tell you what. Likeable in 10.
I'll send you a consolation prize, but Trevor Wilson right now is my winner.
Sorry, Captain, make it happen. I like your name, by the way.
It's all right. That dude wins all the time.
All right.
He's okay.
Second question. What product is Jason using in his hair?
Oh, that's a really good question.
All right. Not what I use because I don't got any product.
What product do I use in my hair? Actually, you could probably do a pretty good guess. Actually, what the hell's the name of that stuff? Oh my god!
I like that one.
Actually, Bourbon Apprentice got it. American Crew.
Nice. And it's pronounced spooge, not
Actually, Bourbon Apprentice actually freaking got it right.
mayonnaise.
Holy crap. Mayonnaise.
Andrew Spurl said mayonnaise.
Jimmy T said White Walker. That would be amazing.
Yeah. That's all it's good for, other than cleaning toilets. So.
Bourbon, I'm going to give it to Bourbon Apprentice, American Crew. That is what I use in my hair. Holy shit. That's awesome. All right. Trevor Wilson, Bourbon Apprentice. I will get with you guys. Leave a comment on the video once it's all over. I'll connect with you.
You're going to give him a sample for that was a joke. Okay.
No, man, I'm giving it to him.
All right. There you go. Dude, this was a blast and a half. Thank you very much again for having me on. I loved it.
Bourbon Apprentice, you win a sample of American Crew hair gel. No, well, yeah, just leave a comment. We'll get together and I'll send you something that if there's anything you guys want to try. So anything that maybe we had tonight. I don't have any black art left, so I can't send that. But if you want to try any of the old Putney 17, the Colonel Taylor Barrel Proof, maybe if you want to try that, I'll send you a sample of that too. So yeah, so I want to thank you, Swami, for coming on. I was really kind of bummed like you couldn't make the 1 year anniversary, but I was really happy you could come tonight, hang out, try some of these. I mean, we had some really great whiskey tonight, so I'm really glad you came on.
We classed this shit up, man. Pinkies out. You gonna stick around for a beer with me while I finish this up there, or?
Yeah, man. So I want to thank everyone for in the chat. Thanks for watching tonight. I will be. So next week I'm gonna be traveling. I'm gonna be in New York, my mother's house. So.
Where you belong.
Where I belong in New York. So I am going to try to go live from there. So I will keep you guys posted. Keep an eye out. I'm going to try to go live from there. There's a couple new bottles at my liquor store connection in New York that I might be picking up. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I'll be in New York. Thank you again for Swami. Go check out Malted. I'll put it in the description. Yeah. If you guys haven't yet, check out Malted Montreal. Hope you how's your mother? Yeah, it's my mother. It's my mother and my grandmother. I'm going to go see them.
Go. How's your mother?
Hey, donkey. Say hi to your mother for me, all right?
How's your mother for me? I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I want to say hello to all the motherfuckers out there. Thank you for watching.
Cheers to Swami. Cheers to you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for joining on this Whiskey Wednesday night. As I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share it with. Cheers, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.
Peace.
Peace.
I just did the devil horns on a peace sign.